How are y'all doing? Welcome back to episode, 53 now of the RedCast. Today we have two very, very special guests with us today. We have Smaran Mishra, former president of RedCon, I should say. I almost said foreign president. That's
also true.
I said that.
You did say that.
Okay, and then we've got Flavio Irani. Please tell us, who are you in RedCon now?
I'm Mr. ReckCon too. I'm the new president.
He's the new president of RedCon, everybody. Let's give him a round of applause.
Don't do that.
All right, not that much. That's too far.
He hasn't done anything yet.
Yeah, that's true. He hasn't done anything. And I'm Azeez, the new finance head for RedCon.
Treasurer.
Yeah, treasurer, you could call me, because I deal with the treasure. Trey, you might be noticing, we're missing one person. Can we redo that entire intro? That was so bad. Okay.
Trey's just dead.
I was going to say, we killed him.
It'd be really funny if you edited him in post. We have a green screen right here.
Yeah.
We can just have Trey
we just have a picture of him in the background.
No, you can just have Trey going pacing back and forth in the background.
Okay.
Like on his
You're
phone.
just still in the denial phase that you think Trey's still there. You think he's right next to you.
I'm just going to
you know,
pretend
like,
Trey's there.
Smaran
All right, let's just start again. How y'all doing? Shut up.
It's a joke.
How y'all doing? Welcome back to episode 53 of the RedCast. Today, I'm joined by two very, very special guests. We've got next to me Smaran Mishra, the former president of RedCon, and then we've got Flavio Irani, the current brand new president of RedCon. How you feeling, Flavio?
True.
Yeah? It's a lot of
This is the
responsibility
case.
on your shoulders now.
ReckCon.
Okay. Wise words from our new president. I'm instilled with so much confidence already.
Like Pokemon, they only say their name.
Yeah, he just says RedCon. RedCon.
Mr. ReckCon's here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was the guy that shouted ReckCon? He wasn't there.
RedCon! That was me. And I'm Azeez, the new treasurer of RedCon, the new money guy, you might call me. But yeah, I think as of recording this, it's been a few weeks since RedCon happened, March 2nd. It's been a little bit. So the energy, it's kind of settled a little bit. We've gone back to our normal routines and all that. But how are you two feeling? Past and present president. After RedCon, what's the feelings like? Now you've kind of settled back into your days.
Do you want to go first?
Okay. Sure. Well, ReckCon was really fun. I had a great time. I was running everywhere. You might have seen me wearing the big yellow jacket that people thought I was Killjoy from Valorant.
He was wearing a big yellow jacket.
I was not Killjoy from Valorant.
He was not Killjoy from Valorant.
Very
David
fun
Martinez?
event. I was David Martinez from Cyberpunk.
Yeah, Cyberpunk.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, how do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, I'm tired.
Yeah.
You said running around everywhere. Yeah, I was at the 38,000 steps.
Yeah, that
On the
checks
day
out.
of ReckCon. Yeah.
Yeah, Smaran's step counts are going to be up on the screen here. So if you just that, we will all know now.
I sent the screenshot. Oh, wait.
Okay, man. All right. Okay.
Anyways.
There was I think a lot of people were at many steps on RedCon. It was a walking day, that's for sure. We all reached our step counters.
Yeah, I mean, it was
calories.
it was 7 miles or something.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
it was a lot.
I was actually, I did weigh myself.
Before and after.
I was not even kidding. Oh, kilograms. Pounds. About.
Yeah, for our American
Yeah.
audience.
Look, 2
Smaran,
out of the
come
3
on.
people here use kilograms, so
I
I think you can say it
I
in
know,
kilograms.
but
For those
localization
wondering, it's me and
purposes.
Smaran that use kilograms. Just thought I'd point that out there.
True.
Anyways, about 7 pounds I lost.
Okay.
I weighed myself literally the day after. What's funny is that I was like, oh, whoa, I lost 7 pounds. What a great weight loss exercise that was. And then I used the bathroom and I gained 2 pounds back.
Okay. I'm not going to ask what you were doing in the bathroom, but I will say that usually people don't gain weight.
I brushed my teeth.
Okay. Yeah.
You use a lot of toothpaste.
Yeah. He's there squeezing the toothpaste into his mouth.
I just realized that this.
Okay.
Anyway.
No, dude.
So that's how you got the 2 extra pounds.
We value dental hygiene here at RedCon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, we do.
Are we sponsored?
Nope.
Nope, not yet, not
If
yet.
you'd like to sponsor RECCON,
After hearing that story.
after hearing that story,
Reach out, info@reccon.org.
yeah,
You know,
9
send
out
us
of
an email.
10 dentists recommend sponsoring RECCON.
RedCon, yeah. Send us 2 pounds of toothpaste. We'll get through it in a day. Don't worry.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
keep our breath fresh, clean. In terms of hygiene purposes, I lost one thing at RECCON.
What?
I bought a bottle of Fabreeze
Okay.
and I brought it to the Smash room
Well said.
and I lost it. I don't know where it is now.
It's in the garbage.
If
they
you-
had to use all of it.
Oh,
Within
I
the first
actually,
5
I actually
minutes.
know exactly where that was.
Really? Yeah.
So for a little bit of context, this year's RECCon, we did a little bit of expansion. For those of you that were at RECCon 2023, during that event, we were only in the exhibition hall, that was one building. But now we did a little bit of expanding. We expanded to a building on campus that was right across the street. That was where like Smash was held. That's where we had our merch booth and stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure I probably sold it to some guy as RECCon merch. Totally honestly, yeah, for reason
I mean, well,
Yeah,
regarding
yeah,
like
It would
the
be
hustle,
hilarious.
regarding
yeah,
the
the
hustle.
hustle, man. RECCon,
One of our
we don't-
volunteers sold the shirt, like the volunteer shirt that was in her hands at our merch booth for like $20.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, the ones that we gave to volunteers for free was like, okay.
Yeah, nice. I mean, honestly, you probably made a profit on that Fabreeze. It's like rivet branded Fabreeze.
I didn't make a profit on it.
You put a rivet
You
sticker on
said
it.
You just
I made
gave
no
money to
profit.
RECCon, yeah. You lost money
I
actually
lost
at the end
money.
of the thing. Yeah.
To you at this point.
Oopsies.
Yeah, I mean, no, the Febreze got lost, but
No, that's okay. I mean, on the theme of expansion, there were a few things we did different,
Yeah.
from RECCon last year. I think some things worked, some things worked a little less.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the biggest things that we changed was that we reduced it down to 1 day, but extended the hours. So RECCon 2023 was 2 days, but it was like shorter blocks of time each day. RECCon 2024 was 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Only on the Saturday, March 2nd.
In general, like a lot of those changes kind of worked how we expected them to.
Yeah.
much.
Like we were like, okay, we'll do it. Yeah, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. The reason for that is so that we could fit the whole 128 person Smash bracket within a 1 day time frame, because that's really our bounding like max. We have 2 tournament operators or tournament TOs.
So everything was it was a lot more like concentrated.
Yeah. It was a lot. They finished early though, to be completely fair. So maybe we had a leeway just in case.
Yeah.
Just in case they wanted to run late, because Smash tournaments are kind of notorious for that.
Yeah, no, fair.
Yeah. But so yeah, we did 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Not expecting there to be too much, like from the earlier hours. Like too much different. And our peak hours were still pretty much the same as we expected, like the 2 p.m. to like 6 p.m. block. Those were really, really packed. Like 2
and we
p.m.
had
to
like
6
that was when we started having like lines at the ticket desk and
Yeah.
our ticket scanners like just failed like at that point for a little bit. It was a rough time.
But it's really, honestly, it was really good. Well, the ticket scanners didn't even fail. It's actually, the story behind that is they don't normally ever run events that long.
Oh yeah, that's right. So they just were like, okay, it's over, right?
Yeah, they were like, literally the default thing that's set up in the website. Even if you set your
5
time
hours,
frame,
right?
Yeah, it ends at 5 p.m.
Oh.
So it's like, okay, guess your event's done now. Like,
Yeah.
RECCON's over.
At
Sorry,
5
guys.
p.m., all of our tickets
Yeah.
stopped scanning because they were like, nobody's doing an event for 12 hours.
They can't be, right?
What do
That'd be
they
so
need-
dumb.
What do they need 12 hours for?
Just stupid guys.
Yeah, basically. That's what ended up.
However, 1,000 couches today, by the way, is from 2 p.m. to 11 p.m.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, that's
they
not
don't
like
know
Tech
this
Green.
though, do they?
So if you don't know,
do they?
1,000 Couches is a
I
GT.
thought they did.
That's a GT Musicians Network event.
Yeah.
I think it's out in Tech Green, right?
Yeah.
I literally saw them walking over here. So we're in the library right now. That's where we do recording.
It's actually a crazy weekend
spoilers.
for like music related stuff. We can talk about that later. But yeah, no, just generally the music scene at Georgia Tech. We had like something happening the night of RECCon as well.
Yeah, we did.
There's a EDM sound system that a friend of mine, Lance, Lance. He was running, and that was also super successful. So yeah.
No, but it's crazy. I mean, you don't really expect a lot of the arts at Tech. I mean, this is a lesson we've kind of learned at RECCon again and again.
Yeah.
Is that like just the arts community at Tech, I think, is pretty. We kind of know each other. It's kind of fun.
Yeah. There's a lot of crossover. Like this is a Rec sweatshirt.
So that's the radio.
Yeah,
radio
and they're doing
station
something
we
tomorrow.
have at
Rectaculars tomorrow. I might go.
Well, from when we're recording this, not tomorrow when you watch this.
I don't know when you're gonna be watching this. Feliz Navidad, Merry Christmas, Happy
Feliz
Hanukkah.
Jueves.
Hey, come to RecCon tomorrow.
That would be crazy. The promo video is a year later.
No, we don't have much planned for RecCon 2025 at the moment.
I mean, at the moment, in terms of again, on the topic of stuff we changed for this year, bringing it down to that 10 to 10 block. The goal was kind of have it packed the entire time, right? Because last year, especially on Sunday, that's why we.
Yeah, because a lot of people didn't even know that there was anything on Sunday.
Well, it's so funny how things got miscommunicated because we had people show up a week early last year, and this year I think as well we had people show up a week early.
A week early on Saturday.
Thinking it's RecCon this week, and they were actually at the exhibition hall, and they were like, "Oh, nothing's happening," and they had to go home. To those people. We love you. You are the realest fans.
Yeah,
you are
number one RecCon.
Yeah, number one RecCon
Number
lovers.
one RecCon.
But yeah, I mean, like other than that, the goal was kind of since we spent pretty much we had to spend double the budget to make it 2 days. Keeping it all in one day and then just kind of concentrating it then would mean it's more packed. Like there's more energy, more things to do on the single day.
I mean, like it also I think it is like good for retention a lot of the time. Like people come in and then they see things that are on the schedule and they're like, all right, let me come to this or so on and so forth.
That kind of like that 46 block being the cosplay contest, the Riot Games panel from when was that?
Riot Games panel was that was 11 a.m. I think.
No, it was not.
Indies were 11.
Riot
and then we had a
Games,
1 hour.
I'm pretty sure was 1 to 2.
1 to 2.
Yeah, one thing that we did a little different this time is that we had a few more things on the main stage that were sprinkled on, which was a lot of fun. We had an indie game developer panel from a bunch of indie game developers here at Georgia Tech, and then we had Riot Games come in, another set of indie devs, you might say. And then we had Pokemon did a Who's That Pokemon guessing game.
The main stage was a bit more involved this year. We had definitely, I think, a lot more events that were shorter individually.
And I think that's kind of like, that's kind of the philosophy that we were going with shortening it is like you want concentrated bursts rather than like, drawn out like a list of events. But
I think it worked well.
I also think it worked well. We're still thinking about how RecCon 2025 is going to work. Nothing's set in stone yet. I don't want to promise anything.
We have stuff in the works.
Yeah, we have stuff in the works, of course.
Part of the difficulty of doing 2 days, this is how things go.
You getting
budget. You getting budget.
I was there last year. I know.
Yeah. But like part of the difficulty in terms of getting 2 days worked out. And this is obvious, but like budget's the obvious one. But I feel like programming for 2 days, especially if you're moving into more spaces and you're able to do more things concurrently. Like with Smash, we were able to be like, let's just give them a 5-hour block on Sunday on the main stage to do all of their top 8. So Sunday it was literally we had the Riot Games virtual panel last year, and it was just the virtual panel like for an hour and then something else, and then 5 hours of Smash Bros on the main stage to fill up the space. But they have their own building now. I think that worked well.
Their own building, as in the building we expanded to outside of Exhibition Hall, was still like I want to say like the hub of RecCon.
Yeah, definitely.
Pretty much.
And then you could walk across and you could get stuff done if you wanted to.
Yeah, we wanted to do the entire other building, the instructional center. There was plans that fizzled out, but maybe next year.
Yeah, maybe next year. Who knows?
That's true.
I think one thing for me that was definitely different with it being one day was that the AfterCon was so much worse. Like the
after party, we were so excited.
No, not even the after party. Just like when it hits like 9 p.m. and like people are trickling out, and like the sense of weight that settles on your shoulders, where you're just moving around, you're just trying to get through it. Like
8:30 to 10 wasn't the most lively part of the convention.
And it was us like there was at one point we decided to turn away like guys, we gotta start cleaning up now. Like we're never.
It was like 9:15.
We have to get out of here.
That's also because that's because of another reason because the exhibition hall guys.
Yeah, we only had it till 11.
They had an event. Yeah, they had an event that they needed to start like prepping for at 7 a.m. the next day.
Yeah, so we had to get out of there. Like we were not able to stay.
Literally, just like at 11 sharp, we had to have everything out. So we started cleaning up at 9:15. Luckily, we got the Rage Room panels out without any issue this year.
Yeah,
That
we
was-
repurposed. So one new event that we added this year was the cosplay photo booth.
Yeah.
It was like a little spot where we had a bunch of like backgrounds and like we had a green screen and a nice little Sakura tree. But we repurposed the Rage Room panels.
For the little rivet and
Yeah,
like,
we had a little like photo
Yeah,
booth
yeah,
set
yeah.
up with like a little photo of Rivet, and it was nice. But for those of you that were at RECCON 2023, you might have noticed that, hey, the Rage Room didn't make a comeback on 24.
Yeah.
That's because the Rage Room sucks to make. It really
It's-
sucks. It's very
It
not
cost
fun.
$1,000 to
Okay.
make,
Yeah.
which is so crazy to think
And like
about.
you might think like, okay, $1,000 for a room, but like it's $1,000 for like a bunch of wood and screws.
Yeah,
like,
pretty
it's
much.
a bunch of
$1,000
wood and screws.
for literal just pallets of 4x8s? No.
8x8.
No, 4x8 planks
Oh.
that are assembled together to be 8x8 walls.
Oh yeah.
It's
right.
just wood. It's just
Yeah,
wood.
literal just actual heavy lifting hauling wood
Yeah.
that was delivered on a Home Depot flatbed truck.
Yeah.
But since we don't, like none of us have cars,
Yeah.
it's like every year when we do Rage Room or like like the stuff related to actual structures, it's like, yeah, how many people can we get to carry this like log of wood? Like, you know, if those like old timey videos
yeah.
where it's like a girder
Yeah, and
on
it's
someone's
just
car.
us, like, because I remember I helped, like move back the panels from where we're storing them to
Yeah.
the exhibition hall, and we're storing them somewhere on campus, so it's like not that far. But like I did feel like I was like back in the night, like manual labor, like hauling wood, like
Yeah.
we were doing work songs and like.
That's what the construction hats are for.
Yeah, that's what the construction hats are
True.
for. It's for the Rage Room wood.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, on the topic of the Rage Room, I guess that's something I think we can all agree on that didn't work like as well as we hoped to. I guess
Yeah.
in 2023,
Yeah.
a little candidly, what are y'all okay with sharing as far as like what do you think didn't work so well
Ooh.
on 2024 as far as we are this year? I think there was a few things. I mean, there were some drawbacks of extending it to one day, or not extending it, sorry.
Yeah.
Limiting it to one day. Like
Yeah.
the fatigue was definitely one. I think like the scheduling was also a weird one because,
I don't know if we needed to go that late into the night.
yeah.
Um,
You know, maybe a good thing to do for our audience there, you know, that maybe wasn't able to attend or maybe they want to see a little bit of behind the scenes. You know, RECCON prep didn't even start the morning of. You might think, oh, we were there early of. No, man, it started Friday evening.
yeah.
We were all there, like
we
at the
wanted
exhibition.
to
hall
start
setting
it
up.
earlier too, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But we weren't allowed to go earlier than
Yeah.
9 p.m. on Friday night.
Yeah. So, you know, RECCON was on a Saturday this year, but we came in 9 p.m. on a Friday, you know, organizing tables, like
Yeah.
setting up, you know, like all the AV stuff in the back.
Yeah.
It was a...
Just on the main stage. This year honestly required less fiddling than last year's because last year they organized them like lunchroom tables where all of the tables for the artist
Yeah,
alley
yeah.
were connected in short rows.
Mhm.
So we had to manually move them out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of just like manual finagling that we had to do. But this year we showed up while the team was prepping for the next day as well.
Yeah, so we got our hands in it and like... you
Yeah,
know,
yeah. Well, they asked me they were like, hey, for like example for the ramp, that question or that
Yeah,
ramp
yeah.
was mainly done because we assumed it would just be a short one on the side of the stage. And
So if you're unaware, so what he's talking about is that on the side of the main stage, there was like a ramp to get up onto the stage, right? To walk up onto it.
Yeah.
And that ramp was a lot longer than we thought it would be.
Yeah.
Like it was like maybe like I want to say like 20, 30 feet long.
Yeah.
Like it was a long ramp.
it went in like a corner as
Yeah.
well. So it was
It
like
didn't just go straight
So
up.
it was like back and forth. So what was funny was that during the cosplay competition, we had people like, so how the cosplay competition, you'd come up, you do like, you know, a little skit or a little
Yeah.
performance, and you walk off. It was like 10, 15 seconds of them just like waltzing up the
Yeah.
ramp. Like,
I kind of assumed that we would just have them line up onto the ramp and then
yeah, and then they
Yeah, but then when they would come off, then they would have to like move past each other, and some of the cosplays were like really big, and it would be hard to do that.
Yeah.
True.
So, you know, a little walk of shame, you know, that's hey, good for everybody, right?
Some
You
of
know?
them owned it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, some of them, they walked up there and they had their whole waltz down. It was
The
great. It was great.
Lethal Company ones? Those
Yeah,
ones?
and
Yeah,
the
those
Lethal
guys
Company
are
ones, they
great.
won. They won.
God.
We had a ton of Lethal Company cosplayers, but there was one specific group that actually won the Audience Choice Award, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The funniest stories about that, that. I mean, there was 4 of them on the
Yeah.
stage. If you watch the cosplay,
I played
contest.
D&D with them, I have to say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Jonathan. Who else?
Yeah, Jonathan, Ethan,
Ethan,
Armis, and Owen.
Kyle and Owen.
Owen, yeah, Kyle.
Yeah, 3 of them. So Jonathan, Ethan, and Owen. Those 3 showed up on the day of in the morning with like their own Lethal Company cosplay.
Yeah.
And there were 3 of them.
Yeah.
And like we were like, oh, that's really cool. This is really interesting. But we had one of our own staff members.
Yeah, Kyle. Shout out to Kyle. Great guy. Awesome.
Kyle,
awesome volunteer.
who also was in the cosplay contest last
Yeah.
year, showed up this year in a Lethal Company costume as well, with like a 3D printed.
Completely
helmet.
unrelated.
Completely like on
Yeah,
a.
like just totally like not a, just
no
different than
communication
Kyle.
happened, and they needed a 4th because the
Yeah,
party size
so
for Lethal Company
They
is
just
4.
get on together. They're
Yeah.
like, all right,
Yeah.
guys, let's go.
They were like, all right, yeah.
And you know what's so funny about that?
Yeah.
So the prize for Audience Choice Award was a free ticket to MomoCon, right? Because
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
MomoCon and us, we got
Yeah.
And Kyle does not like. Not that he doesn't know them, but like he was not planning this with them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because the original party, Ethan, Jonathan, Owen, they told me this afterwards. They couldn't go to MomoCon, like they were going to be out then. They just gave the tickets to Kyle.
Yeah.
They're like,
yeah.
Kyle, go to MomoCon in our
Yeah.
stead.
Yeah.
So hey, ReCon.
They're out. They're out over the summer.
Yeah, they are out. So,
Yeah.
so they weren't even able to attend MomoCon.
That's crazy.
Which was that was great. I mean, it's fun to see all that like the kind of coincidences that pop up at ReCon. That,
Yeah,
you know,
I
make
mean,
people
like, what's it
have a lot of
called?
fun.
Julia, who was also on the organizing team.
Also won
Also
a
won.
category.
What's she doing
Yeah.
with her? Do you know?
What do you
Like
mean?
what she's doing with her ticket? She doesn't live in Atlanta, does she?
Okay, wait.
No, she's flying back
Wait,
from
wait, wait,
MomoCon.
guys.
She's flying in.
I feel like
Well, she flew in for ReckCon.
Well, true. That's
Team, I have to make this very clear. The cosplay contest not rigged in any way. We keep on naming staff members
Yeah.
that won like, oh
Yeah.
dude, like
It was
how
only
much-
those 2 out of the
Dude,
8.
it's
those two,
crazy
yeah.
how so much of our staff is going to MomoCon. They just won free tickets already. No, not.
Our staff is passionate nerds,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
it's proven with results. That's what it is.
There we go. That's a good way to phrase it. I like.
You can
it.
see their
Honestly, like,
cosplays behind you.
Probably
Yeah,
the best. Like
you're gonna
what's
make
it
a
called?
quote out of
Like
that.
Jeremy's probably the best Magic the Gathering player at Georgia Tech.
Probably.
He goes to
Him or
competitions.
Ethan, honestly.
Oh yeah.
He goes. No, Jeremy
Don't
goes to
know.
nationals.
Yeah.
Jeremy got like good standing at nationals, and he's our.
Yeah, Jeremy, our previous treasurer, finance head.
Yeah.
Check his episode above.
Yeah, check his episode above. Yeah, we've got
Yeah.
a link right
I
there.
think
Magic
we've
the Gathering.
talked about this before, but we're like a quant company that only hires Harvard. Like,
Yeah.
suits. Yeah, you
We
gotta
are
be
suits.
You gotta be a real nerd
Yeah, yeah.
to work for.
For
ReckCon. You gotta be a
ReckCon.
real.
No, that's.
loser.
I mean,
This is true.
yeah, this is not true,
No,
Flavio.
it's not true.
Literally,
It's not
the first year I joined D&D Club was also the first
Oh,
year
yeah.
I joined on ReckCon team. ReckCon will accept anybody.
Yeah, honestly, yeah,
If
yeah.
you
You
want
just-
if you want to work, if you want to help us out,
Yeah.
feel free. We got
Literally,
you.
we do a vibe check pretty much.
Yeah, we do a vibe check.
Yeah.
And like we might ask to call you for like 5 minutes so we
Yeah.
can tell you're not like trying to do it for a resume.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Funny
Georgia
story about
Tech
that.
true.
ECEs are so strange in that regard.
So obviously, Flavio, your position last year was as outreach head, right? And
Oh,
you
yeah.
were like managing a lot of the volunteers, right? I think there's a little funny story on like, I don't want to say how it happened because I don't want to like downplay your achievement, but like how that got started.
Yeah.
And it was that Flavio and Smaran ended up on a plane together.
Oh yeah.
Like coming home from, where was it? Like Dubai, I think?
No,
New
he was-
York.
he
New
was-
York,
He
New
was.
York.
He flew in from Kuwait. I flew in from Dubai to New York.
And they just ended up on a
Yeah.
flight like back on campus.
Yeah,
Like
the same-
totally
the
unplanned,
same
totally
flight. We
coincidence.
needed. I was. Trey says he called you in because you were on the same like.
So me and Trey were in the same D&D campaign, and then he's just like, yeah, something ReckCon, and I'm like, oh yeah, I saw that. What's ReckCon? He's like, oh, this event that I'm doing,
Yeah.
and I was like, can I help? And he's like, I don't, maybe.
But the actual thing
Yeah.
came when I was getting text literally right before we spoke on the like plane talking about,
Yeah.
hey, we probably need somebody to coordinate like the
human-
volunteers,
yeah,
yeah,
people.
yeah. And that was what? That was back in like
That was a while back, yeah.
2022.
it was 2023.
Like
because it was-
January 2023.
Yeah, it was like
yeah.
January 2023.
I think we've talked about our origin stories before, like on our respective episodes. Check those out above. We got Smaran on
Yeah.
one, we got Flavio on one.
Yeah.
I'm here sometimes. But I mean, that's just to say that like none of us like applied for an interview or like none of us. Were
like for at least our cases, it's most actually not you. I guess you're D&D club officer already.
Yes, I was a D&D club officer already, and that's how I got into it.
I just started it, so I didn't have to.
That's true. Yeah, he started. Yeah,
it's a lot easier to pass interviews if you don't.
You guys are telling me you didn't upload a resume through the info at ReCon?
No, in fact,
to yourself.
No resumes.
Whitney sent in a resume.
If you do want to know the tech stack for the ReCon website right now, we're running boilerplate React with Tailwind CSS. It is in TypeScript. So if you can give us keywords on your resume, we'll get you started, man.
Yeah. I mean, it is TypeScript.
It is
a step above JavaScript.
Nothing what I said was fake. It's
it is boilerplate
TypeScript,
React.
Tailwind CSS.
You can
We're using Yarn for
you can
package
see
management.
the little React logo in the tab.
No. That got fixed.
When did it get fixed? It was
like a while back.
It still shows up for me sometimes.
But
I think
it
might be cached from like a long time ago.
If you can fix that.
We fixed that. We fixed that. Yeah. It is but Ace, turn in your resumes into ReCon. We'll take a look. Don't worry, we'll take a look. But we kind of got a little sidetracked.
1 second.
The play-by-play.
Speaking on recruitment, we are actually going to send out like RSO forms pretty soon for people who want to join.
We need more people. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right. If you had to, Flavio, this is your mission, right? You were a former outreach head. You know how to do this. I'm a prospective ReCon volunteer or working for the RSO, right? Yeah. But I'm not sure if I should join ReCon. What would you say to me?
Apply and we'll talk about it.
All right. I don't want to apply.
No. Seriously.
Dude, now I want to quit ReCon.
Okay. Well, you quit already.
What the heck?
No. Yeah. What the heck, guys?
But like, what
so
are you?
crazy.
What are you interested in?
What the crap? Sorry.
I thought you were okay. I thought we were on the same.
I know. Yeah.
Like
okay. So Flavio, because of that, I'm quitting ReCon. You are having no budget next year. Money is gone. I was asking you to give like a pitch, man. Yeah. Give the pitch.
Give a pitch?
Yeah, give the pitch.
Okay.
As president.
Only you can join ReCon today.
Okay.
ReCon needs you.
I was thinking like the Smokey the Bear advertisement.
Oh.
Okay,
Stop forest fires.
ReCon. ReCon is the coolest convention on Georgia Tech campus.
Well, we should rectify that.
Well, it does not have full conventions here. They don't do.
used to run.
Yeah, on the website.
Now it is
on the ReCon website, we have text that literally says ReCon is the second best convention started by Georgia Tech students.
Yeah, but like not like we are the best that's currently running at Georgia Tech.
Who is the other contender? What have you heard about GlarbleCon? It's like 3 guys in a shed. They're at the CRC. They're just working on it. They call it a convention though.
Dude, ScrumbleCon is really good, dude, man.
Is this another MomoCon TechWoodCon situation?
Yeah, ScrumbleCon.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, ReCon rebranding to GlobalCon next year.
Dude, I really wanted to do the April 1st RetCon joke.
Yeah, RedCon. Yeah.
We just
I did want to do that. Yeah.
I mean, it is actually. It's only been like a week since April 1st. I guess since we're recording it. Yeah. So okay, RetCon tomorrow. Come.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow we're running RetCon. Yeah. No, but I mean, speaking on that, I guess. Sorry.
What are you gonna retcon that now?
I'm gonna retcon that for a moment. Yeah. But going back to the play-by-play, going back to ReCon day of event. You said you did a lot of steps, Smaran. I assume you weren't on a treadmill during ReCon.
No, I was not on a treadmill. I was just walking around. I basically was just always in motion until I sat down in the staff room at about 6 p.m.
And then he fainted, and then we had to like carry him. We called the EMTs.
This did happen.
Yeah.
Well, it was just I was constantly just checking on every part of it. This year I didn't check on the club rooms as much. Mm-hmm. The RSO rooms last year, that was a lot more of a concern because that was their first time doing anything.
I was up there all the time.
Right. I mean, I just figured that they knew what to do this year, right?
Yeah.
Everything upstairs.
They were good about it.
Yeah, everything upstairs was pretty much figured out from the beginning.
Yeah.
This year we didn't have Smash in the upstairs area either.
Yeah, so
which
that was
like,
good.
That was the big fire hazard last year that we were worried about. But
Too many people in that room.
yeah, literally. So what happened is, there were so many people that the body heat was heating up the room faster than the AC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the room was just constantly getting hotter, and you'd walk in and it was a noticeable 5 degrees hotter than everywhere else.
I mean, that's probably the worst problem to have.
Yeah.
Guys, your event is so popular. It's a health hazard. Like,
So don't
I mean,
don't you mean the best problem to have?
Yeah, it's a good problem. It's a good problem.
yeah, it's a good problem.
Rather than a worst problem to have?
I mean,
Oh no, I meant it's like one of the best problems to have. That's what I said, isn't it?
No, you said
Redconning
worst
this,
problem
it's
to
the
have.
best problem to have.
okay.
So popular, your event is a health hazard.
I mean, in terms of that sort of issues, we ran
in
out of
terms of that
badges.
sort of, I lit a fire in the
No, I'm talking about
We tried to keep
suffering
OSHA
from
violations to a
success.
minimum.
Have you seen those
suffering from-
Rick
yeah,
Ross,
DJ Khaled.
like wiping off your
Yeah.
sweat with money. What's it called? It's like the one. We ran out of badges on the day of.
Yeah, we did run out of volunteer badges because
No,
one
no,
thing.
not
No, 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 no.
volunteer
Sorry,
Like
not the
general.
volunteer badges, the
Attendee
general. One thing
badges,
that we had requested a lot from RecCon 2023 was, like a keepsake of sorts. Like you want a little lanyard with
Yeah,
like a little thing
yeah.
that said attendee, and so that's the one
Badges
thing
were
we did.
kind of a
we
pipe
had little
dream.
badges
We
that
did
said
do that.
attendee on them,
Yeah.
and then we ran out, and we got a lot of badges. We had like
We had so we had for all of our normal staff, we had about 150, I think.
Yeah.
That's including all of our not attendees. That's all of our panelists, all of our
like our
vendors.
artists,
All of our
stuff like
club
that.
volunteers.
Club volunteers.
You get like one with a name
Those
tag.
made up
and
the
all that
majority,
stuff,
actually.
yeah.
That's 150 right there, and that's the number of shirts we had to get as well. Then we had 1,000 just general attendee badges as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And 1,000.
And they were just I was at the ticketing desk early in the morning, and they were just in a bunch of cardboard boxes stacked up.
Yeah.
And you look at these boxes and you're like, dude, no way.
You know what? In
no
terms of the
way.
play-by-play, if you want to talk about play-by-play, this is before you showed up on Friday.
I did. On Friday?
Yeah,
Oh,
because
that's right,
those
that's
came
right,
in.
that's right, that's
yeah,
right.
we because of a variety of circumstances, budget for the badges came in last minute. So the badges themselves came in last minute as well, the day before the convention, delivered by an Uber courier who got the address wrong and showed up somewhere in Midtown. 10 minutes before he showed up, I realized that the address that was entered in by the the company delivering us the badges was wrong. And our VP Trey has to drive over to a random spot in Midtown and
Just get badges.
and speak to a guy who only speaks Spanish. He's speaking his preliminary 6th grade Spanish about trying to request that this person who's completely different from the person who's supposed to pick up the badges, because I was back at the exhibition hall, is just trying to barter for the badges and a random intersection in Midtown where, we don't know why it went over there.
RecCon has the best pickup story.
That's like the second worst Trey pickup story in Midtown Atlanta.
What is the worst pickup story for Trey?
The one where I entered the wrong car.
Oh yeah.
I've never heard of this.
Story time.
So I think we've literally told this story before.
No, we've told this story.
But-
in the earliest, in one of the Momo.
Yeah,
the MomoCon
I think in the MomoCon episode, It was during MomoCon, I think.
I could tell it from my perspective. I think Trey said it last time.
Yeah. I mean, we can intersperse the clip here. I mean, we've definitely told it before. Black Subaru, right?
Okay.
Black
No,
Chevy.
it's a black Chevy.
Black Chevy top.
Black Chevy.
Not
Yeah,
top,
not gray.
Chevy Malibu.
Yeah, black
Okay,
Chevy.
story
Malibu.
time. All right,
license
so-
plate.
Okay, story time now. Side tangent from the person off camera. All right, so shirts, MomoCon. We had a tabling event at MomoCon.
We had a tabling event at MomoCon.
And we were like, wow, RecCon, awesome. We're going to advertise
is
ourselves.
awesome.
And the week leading up to it, we should have shirts. So Smaran's like, I'm going to order shirts. And he's not in the country, so he sends it to me.
He's not in the country.
No,
We'll gloss over that.
He's not in the country, he's in LA.
Yeah, I was in
Completely different.
Yeah.
Anyways, he sent it to my mailbox at Georgia Tech, and then those got delayed late. So those came in the Thursday during MomoCon. I had a hotel room at MomoCon, but I was already there. So I eventually I brought everything to the hotel room and all that, but I couldn't take it to the. I was in the hotel room already, but Trey needed to pick me up in order to get the T-shirts because they were at Georgia Tech at that time. So he's like, all right, I'm driving a black Chevy Malibu. And I was like, okay, sweet. And I told him the exact address to do it. And like, there's no cars on this road whatsoever. And I say, I think I see you. It's like at a stoplight. He says, you see that stoplight side of the road. I said, is your car like dark grayish? And he's like, I guess. And then
Dark
I was like,
gray
okay.
is a form of black, I guess.
At this point, I put down the phone,
Yeah.
and then from Trey's perspective, he saw me run towards this car. He's like, oh no. And I pull the door open on the door. It's locked, and I'm like, huh? I look at the driver's seat, and the person's like, what are you? And I'm like, oh no.
So this is
I
just the
look on
story
the-
of when Whitney tried carjacking someone
Yeah.
in Midtown Atlanta.
So that guy was pulled over on the left side of the road. There's no other car on the side of the road. That left car was the one closest to the address I put.
Yeah.
On the right side of the road was Trey's black Malibu.
You know, it's so crazy that somehow we discovered all 2 black Chevy Malibu owners in Atlanta.
Metro Atlanta.
In Metro Atlanta. That's insane, yeah. There's
Actually,
only 2
one
of
is,
them. I went and
dark
checked.
Were they the same color?
No, one was dark gray. That
I
was what
see.
makes me infuriated about this, because I called Trey, hey, is your car dark gray? And he didn't say no. He said, I guess.
Just for context, since you can't see this, Whitney just like put their phone like up to when they said like I called. So it was a little, a little bit of ad-libbing going on.
As
there.
soon as I heard I guess, the phone went down. And like at this point,
Yeah.
he knows what I'm doing now because he sees me going to the
Yeah.
wrong car.
Yeah.
I see.
So,
You should have started honking. I don't know why.
Yeah.
He
I
didn't.
don't know.
He
That's
didn't.
true.
He let me go and.
And the problem with honking in
honestly,
Atlanta
Trey's
is no
one of
matter
those-
where
Trey's
you do it,
one
you
of
might get
those-
shot.
Trey
It
was
is kind of funnier to let that happen.
I feel bad for the poor guy in the car because I
true.
freaked him out. I was like, I'm sorry.
Trey would definitely pull up outside the house and honk on a first date, like picking somebody up. Like,
No, he would have his arm outside the window. He was wearing sunglasses because he swears that it helps when the glare is too much on the highway.
and then he'd put his window
Just
down,
windows.
So yeah,
Yo!
the second
Yeah.
worst Midtown RECCON related pickup by Trey.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah. He's a courier, I guess.
Well, the worst one. The second
Yeah.
one being the badges.
The third worst one is when me and Trey were in a bar in Midtown Atlanta. The pickup there was not.
Okay. This
I
is
just
for
lied.
RECCON after
Someday.
hours.
I just
maybe.
lied.
Keep that.
I
Yeah,
just
I have
completely
no idea
lied.
what
keep
I was
that
talking
for
about.
RECCon.
This
Me
is
and-
former President Smaran Mishra.
Yeah, former President Smaran Mishra, Social Security number.
Social
You know,
Security
like-
number 2.
Yeah.
It's like those
True.
it's like those interviews with like Blizzard devs where they're like, "This is what was really going on in the company," and stuff like that.
Don't compare yourself to Blizzard.
Okay, I mean,
Guys, we're just like Blizzard.
No, we are not like
they're
Blizzard.
not. We're gonna cut this actually. We're gonna cut this. So
I have never been. to
Flavio,
very
what were
quick-
you doing day of RECCON? How was your
Thank you.
perspective?
Okay, so I showed up at like 7:30 a.m., which was after Smaran and like 2 other people got there.
Yeah.
And I was drinking my cookout shake, which I had laced with espresso.
He did do this, and I had some, and it was amazing. It was
I know,
honestly
right?
really
It is good.
Don't they have an espresso flavor?
Yeah, but they never put
No,
enough
no, no, but-
espresso. The
but-
cappuccino flavor, right?
Cappuccino, yeah. They
Yeah.
don't put enough cappuccino.
They don't
So I
put
had
enough
that
cappuccino.
shake, and I was drinking, and I felt like death because I had slept 3 hours, and that's on me, to be honest. But I showed up, and then the first thing I went upstairs to check out how the cosplay set booth was going, and people were going out to bring the rage room in. And then I saw a cart full of stuff, and shout out to MomoCon, by the way, for giving us
A tree. They gave us a tree.
They gave us a
Is
tree
it all of
and
everything?
a
Oh, that's
huge
right, everything,
Sailor
yeah,
Moon
everything,
backdrop.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was really good for taking group photos and stuff.
Yeah. It was a bit weird because you could see through it since the light was in the back.
Yeah,
You
but
can't really do
when
anything
when
about
it got
it, so-
when it became sundown, it
Yeah,
was
it
good.
was cool.
It was better.
Yeah.
But I got there and I was mostly just helping out with moving stuff because that's kind of all we needed to do. Telling people like upstairs where to go, like Warhammer or Pokemon, being like, okay, set up here, set up here. VG Dev had an issue where they did not have power.
Yeah.
So-
The room had no electricity in sockets. So, they had floor sockets.
Yeah, what happened is the wall sockets they wanted to use
Yeah.
did not have electricity, and so they called, or well, there was a maintenance guy like somewhere around, And they asked him, he said, oh, just press this button. They pressed the button, it did not work.
He pressed the button, it turned on the lights.
Yeah.
And he's like, see, you have electricity. I'm like, no, that's not what that was.
So they had to use the floor. It worked out, but there were wires going across the floor, which is like not ideal.
Yeah, they taped them down though.
Yeah, we had a lot of
That's
uses
true.
of electrical tape on there.
Yeah.
That was fun.
I went on a wild goose chase for that tape because it was like,
Yeah.
oh, this person gave it to this person, gave it to
No,
this
and
person.
then somebody, I think it was Alex's
Alex,
or
yeah.
AJ's tape. I think.
Alex's
tape.
scissors.
Yeah.
What happened is Alex lended someone his scissors, and then
And then
he
they
got
just
back
disappeared.
To me. He called me later.
Alex,
and,
one of our panelists.
Yes.
Yeah, one of our
D&D club,
panelists,
yeah.
and
D&D club
also
member
one of
and
our
a
staff
volunteer.
members.
Yeah,
Yes.
and a
Volunteers
volunteer.
and panelists. He called me and I said, what's up? And he said, where are my scissors? And I said, what scissors? And he said, I gave them to such and such. So I asked such and such. And then she said she gave it to someone in the IC. And then I found that person. I went to the IC and I found that person. And that person said they gave it to someone else. And I went through a chain of legitimately 6 people. And then it got to the point where someone said, oh, I gave it to one of the Lethal Company cosplayers, which I thought was Kyle. So I asked Kyle, and he said, I never got that. And so I asked the other 3 guys from the cosplay competition, they're like, yeah, none of us got that. So it is lost forever.
I think that being a RecCon staff member is
Wait.
kind of like going to RecCon is like White Elephant, and that you lose 5 things and you just end up with 5 more things in your backpack. And I'm like, I don't know where I ended up with. I don't know how this happened, but like when I opened up my backpack like day after RecCon, I like am pulling things out. I had like 3 micro USB cables. I don't know where these. And then sorry, I asked Whitney, and they're like, no, like I don't need any of these. And I'm like, why do I have these?
We had
it was I mean, and now they're just in my room. So
after RecCon year 1, I got like a blue tub that was left behind.
okay.
And we've been using it. We brought it last year as well. It was behind the
Yeah.
stage, keeping all of like the just a bunch of equipment just in the backstage area as well. But like that's gonna be passed on to you. I have no
Yeah.
idea whose it is, but it was left
Yeah,
behind.
there's a blue tub.
No, I mean, like in terms of stuff that is left behind, we do leave it at like the what's it called, the reception of the exhibition hall.
Yeah.
So for example, Gord Art, they did their mural and they had a lot of equipment for that, and then they just left it all.
Yeah.
So
There's a funny story about that. I'll get into it later, but you can.
what happened with that?
Oh, that was we were missing some of our like AV equipment, like some of the stuff we checked out from the library, right?
Yeah.
And so I went to the X Hall like several times in the week after to like find it.
Yeah.
And every time I went, like I asked the guy, I was like, hey, like, could I take a look back? Like, could I take a look at your AV equipment? And every single time the guy was like, dude, take your stuff. And it was the Gord Art like thing. And I was like, dude, I can't do this right now. This is not for me.
It's not us.
So I think like in that guy's face, I am like the face of Gord Art, right? Because every time I come over and be like, oh yeah, this is RecCon's, but it's not mine. And he was like, dude, why is it here? I was like, man, I don't know. But
They picked it up eventually, I think.
No, they did get it picked up. I mean, what happened was they took it over to the student center and gave it to the student center. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So they so
Center
it just
student
ended up there,
engagement,
and then
yeah.
after that, I think it got picked up. The fate of the Gord Art carriage is not me.
Storing club supplies on campus is a Herculean task sometimes.
Yeah.
D&D Club knows.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys.
Well, we don't know. We have a locker now.
Yeah, you have a locker now, but like the D&D club solution for 2 years
Was have a car.
So it was different over the first 2 years. The very first year we were in existence, it was spread across 4 different people's dorm rooms.
Yeah.
So in like my sophomore year dorm, I had was this my freshman? No, it was my sophomore year dorm. I had like a bunch of just random equipment just in the corner for half the year.
Nice.
And then I would have to bring it. We would go in like a congregation, walking slowly to the exhibition hall when we had like events. Like it would be like, I have one tote bag here. I had to carry all the like cups and like red Solo cups for like pizza and like drinks and all and like plates and all. And then somebody else would be carrying board games, and we'd be like, oh, we need to have a decent selection of board games. So we'd have to figure out how to transport 8 different boxes of board games by hand every time we decided to have any event.
It's good now. We have what's funny is that after that solution, when I joined D&D Club in my year, the solution for inventory officer was have a car.
Yeah. So we had Uber.
Yeah, we had D&D Uber, and it was so funny. The day of like when we had elections that year later on, we had a few people run for inventory officer, and like it was hilarious because like for all the other positions for president, you're like, oh, what do you see in D&D club? Inventory officer goes up. Do you have a car? What's the make and model? What's the inventory trunk? Do you have the square footage?
We had them submit pictures of their car.
Yeah, of their cars.
Leave the room. And it would be like, which one do you think looks better?
We calculated the amount of storage space in the cars per square feet.
This like dilemma with the inventory officer had the funniest conclusion, which is that they were so identical in like car and storage space that we just took both of them. And we have two inventory officers.
What's funny is that in our first year we had 2 finance officers.
Okay.
And one of those finance officers got turned into inventory officer.
Very nice.
It's just the inventory officer created itself into existence and then metamorphized into mitosis. Mitosis.
And what's funny is that we have way more people running. We're about to do D&D elections for officer positions very soon. I think by the time you're watching this, we will have decided on the new officers. But we have like, as of recording this episode, we have like a fair few people running for inventory. So it might be funny to have 5 inventory.
Let's not do that.
Yeah, let's not do that. We're not doing that.
Everyone just says like, it's so funny because like at one point you reach the point where there's more officers than you have things in inventory. So each person brings like a singular plate and cup.
We have maybe 50 gigabytes of STLs in a media file. So like, you know, I don't know how many officers that is, but if everyone brings like half a gigabyte.
I mean, like you get like a free however much in.
Everyone in the club can be an inventory officer.
This is distributed computing.
This is parallel performance.
Kubernetes, Google Cloud, AI, big data.
AI, big data.
Oh my god.
Well, I guess it's my turn now to talk about what I was doing day up, and I might as well get into that. So I'm gonna go at this a little tangentially. One big thing, I think probably one of the biggest things that we changed this year compared to last year was that we had a mascot. We had Rivet come day of. We had him show up. We constructed, and I shouldn't say we, design team. Excellent. They constructed like
design team and Kyle.
Design team. Well, I consider him part of design team.
No, he's an outreach only.
They constructed like this like 3D printed like, and also this like mesh like rivet head. We can include some pictures here behind us probably of the rivet head. And it was insane. It was one of the best things that you'll ever see.
It was also half scale.
Yeah, it was also scaled wrong. And so originally it was gonna like, for some reason I had been volunteered up as one of the people that was gonna be wearing it around.
Because of Trey's bit for every episode of the podcast.
Yeah, where he would be like, Azeez, you're being the frog, right? Yeah. And then we get the head and it's like, oh shit. My head is too big. It doesn't fit on me. So one of our other volunteers, we had her put on the rivet head, and I took all of her volunteer shifts. So I was scheduled for like 90% of the day as a volunteer, which was an exciting time in the world.
I did that on purpose.
No, I know. Yeah, I know. I know you did that on purpose. But that was my, if in another universe, in a better world, I may have been posing as Rivet, but
better world.
Next year.
In a better world. Next year.
They told us they're gonna start working on it like immediately after.
Yeah.
Like a nicer one.
Just a larger one. It was nice. It just.
But a larger one with like a proper helmet or whatever they wanted to do.
Yeah. I tried so hard to get it. I think I like gave myself like a concussion trying to put it on because I was like, please, like I don't want to wear it so bad.
I mean the helmet was just kind of funny because like it hurt the people's jaw.
Yeah, it did.
At a certain point, like you literally just can't.
Like what's hilarious is that maybe this is like an OSHA violation, but like you put it on and like it smelled of formaldehyde, like and like a pot, and like.
Okay, I had no part to play in this.
Me neither. I did not know.
It was freshly 3D printed.
You put it on and like you take a sniff and it's just like epoxy, and you're like, all right. I mean, I guess
it was padded inside. Like there was like a padding inside that separated you from.
It was safe, guys.
The raw materials.
Maybe we should put a little disclaimer here, like wearing rivet head does not take years off your lifespan.
I mean, Kyle also 3D printed his Lethal Company helmets. It's a viable strategy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, no, not to say 3D printing is wrong or anything.
We didn't get any pictures of Buzz. Was also at the event.
Yes. No, we do have pictures of him. We have pictures of Buzz and Rivet like posing with like. Yeah, and then we
Sick.
also have pictures of he came to the ticketing desk a few times, and every
Yeah.
time I'd be like, Buzz, you didn't get a ticket. like, Buzz, you need to register at redcon.org.
Did Buzz get it? What's it?
No, he never got a ticket.
You know
No.
what's funny? Alex, so I had to walk in. Sorry to break it to you guys. There's someone who's in a suit. Buzz isn't just an actual bee. I don't know if you guys didn't know that.
Dude,
But I had to walk the person into the venue, and Alex tried like badgering him for like being like, "Excuse me, sorry, you can't come in without your badge." And
Because I put him at the.
because he was at door
We had like
duty,
a door duty
checking for
person.
like, and he's like, "Can I look at your bag?" I was like, "Alex, no, no."
No, Alex, no. And it was just the guy, and he had like the buzz suit, like in a big like duffel bag.
Yeah.
I need your badge. I need your ID, sir. Please.
No, I mean that's
need
just
this."
Alex doing a good job.
No, dude,
It's
honestly,
just-
that
that's
is
like
Alex
that's like
doing
the
a job.
best. You know, we had a surprisingly lower amount of weapons this year.
Yeah,
than
no,
Yeah.
no live
We
steal.
had
No-
real
no
steel
weapons.
last year.
We had a guy bring in like a bunch of like model guns, and
Yeah.
then but he was like, guys, they're all tagged, and like he pulled them out, and there were like 7 green tags that were like fake. And I was, you're like, all right, man, okay.
Yeah, that's true. I was, I don't know why that reminds me, like one of the few things I wanted to do in like San Diego. I went to Anime Expo there.
Yeah. He was in San
LA,
Diego last summer.
which is why I couldn't go for MomoCon. But one of the
Yeah,
things
if you were wondering.
one of the things I really wanted to get was for my brother, because he's like a Halo fan.
Okay.
I wanted to just get like an actual
He must be
assault
going
rifle.
through it right now, man.
Oh,
The actual like Halo assault rifle.
yeah.
Because they were selling like lifelike props, and I realized there were no tags, and I asked them, I was like, hey, this looks super cool, they're really realistic. What happens if I go through TSA with these? And they're like, you will go to jail. And I was like, oh. And I called my brother, I'm like, hey, I just want you to know I was thinking of you, but you know what? I'm not getting you anything. And then I just hung up. He was just confused as hell. But yeah.
Last year, RecCon, you're leaving now. What are you doing this summer, man?
Classes. Like
Okay.
actually classes.
Oh, really?
And then what
I
are you
thought you
doing
were
in the
done.
summer?
So I'm doing the thing where you get to walk early, but I have to finish fitness.
Fitness.
The health class.
Dude,
APPH?
Wait, dude.
1050?
Or 40.
You should
Okay,
you
I'm
should
at 10:50
graduate
right
a
now.
year later
Oh,
because I have to take it in the spring.
I should delay my graduation.
Delay your
Yes, it would
graduation
be
by
really
a year,
funny.
and then become RecCon president too for a year.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, Flavio, the frown that just
I don't know how he feels
You just
about
you start
No,
pouting.
I'm okay with that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm okay
I
with
don't.
that.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm
Yeah,
done.
he's
I'm
good.
done.
No, you really need to expect like a bunch of 3 a.m. calls from like everybody on the record. They're like, Smaran, what's going on?
Might help us.
It'll
Sorry,
happen.
help us.
I'll be fine. I'll be up.
Yeah, and then 7 years later, you
Speaking of the RecCon president losing it all, what things went wrong during RecCon 2024?
was that Smaran died?
Yeah, I died. We had apocalypse bingo.
Yeah. Oh shoot.
Yeah.
We actually didn't film much of it. I'm not gonna lie.
You know-
a lot of it was.
No,
There
we
was
filmed
normal
a decent
bingo. There was normal bingo and then
Apocalypse Bingo only got one
Yeah,
square.
Apocalypse bingo
So
only
we
got
had
one.
within the RecCon team,
Yeah.
we had like a bingo sheet full of things that could possibly go wrong.
Yeah.
We had like a normal one that was like, okay, things that would like
small
like
things.
someone brings in a weapon, like other smaller things like that. Like people show up without a ticket and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah.
And then we had apocalypse bingo, which was like a building lights on fire.
It's like really bad
Like-
stuff.
I forgot what happened, but one of the things on the apocalypse bingo just did get crossed off.
It
One
was
the
a thing.
one
that,
of the
like,
one of the
probably
things
we
on apocalypse bingo
should not
was
talk
like,
about.
one of the things was like Smaran gets sad.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh no! One of the things was I yell at somebody, and
Yeah,
That wasn't on the
that was
apocalypse. That was on the normal.
No,
one.
there was on
that was
apocalypse
on
bingo.
both
It was
of
on
them.
apocalypse
Really?
bingo.
That was
yeah.
on both of them
Oh.
in the same square,
Yeah.
on the normal one and the apocalypse
Yeah.
one, and
That's
it didn't
good.
get filled out.
Yeah.
What it should have.
It didn't get filled out. I didn't yell at them.
Yeah, I think another one of
No,
the
I didn't.
apocalypse one was
You
like
don't count.
what like
I
Atlanta.
don't count. Okay.
I think another apocalypse one was like Atlanta gets nuked or something. I forget what.
Yeah, it was
Something
like
like that.
nuclear disaster,
Yeah.
tornadoes.
Yeah, like no. One of them was actually RecCon gets hit by a natural disaster.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that
yeah.
was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It was like RecCon
Yeah.
gets hit by a tornado.
One of them was like all of our vendors drop out. The
yeah, on the
Right,
night
yeah.
before. Yeah. But
We
no,
had
I mean-
amazing vendor turnout actually.
Yeah, I was about
I'm
to say,
super
like,
impressed.
As far as like things go, as far as the apocalypse bingo, it could have been a lot worse. Like, it could have been worse.
Could have been worse. I mean, the normal
but-
bingo did have a few crossed off as well.
Yeah, but I mean, those were. I mean, people did show up without a
Yeah.
ticket.
The
but
normal bingos was
honestly,
like Smash people not knowing where the Smash venue is and stuff
yeah,
like
but
that.
I mean,
You know.
like it was. People showed up without the ticket, but that was actually like kind of beneficial because people show up and then you're like, oh wait, come to RecCon.
Yeah.
And then also one big thing was we had the food trucks parked right outside.
Yeah.
So like people are drawn to food, and then they're like, oh, let me check this thing out also.
Yeah. There were a lot of events. Well, not events, but I think there were at least 2 other things happening in the instructional center on the day of. I know there was dance practice by I think 3 different like dance groups happening in the instructional center.
This is like
There
by the
was
way,
some other event
we should
also.
make this clear.
Yeah,
this
there
was
was
like,
a National Society of Black Engineers, I think.
yeah, we should make this clear. This is unrelated to RecCon. These were just like when we booked the rooms and like tried to get the instructional center.
Yeah.
These are just reservations that had just been made in advance.
Upstairs,
We originally had the entire room, but we kind of I think assumed
That nobody would. We would be like, yeah,
because it is a charge.
Yeah.
You do have to pay to use the rooms, and we assume that if anyone's on campus, they're not really going to want to pay to use it on the weekends. But there were people using them. Whether they paid or not, we don't know. But what ended up happening is that I saw like a bunch of people from those events just like come outside to the food trucks anyways. They were in like their dance practice like uniforms, and then they just walked outside to the food trucks and then like looked at the venue. I was like,
but honestly, I mean, that's kind of a draw. I mean, more attention, you know.
Yeah. Food trucks being right outside this year was so good.
Good news.
That was so good.
In terms of just one thing we did kind of like start talking about, but we could talk about it a little bit more now, is just generally like the art scene at Georgia Tech and how they, what's it called, the number of events going on on campus and like how that kind of plays into RecCon. I think one of the ideas that like was floated in the air was like having a dedicated area where we're doing like dance performances and like musical performances.
Yeah.
Because one of the reasons, for example, we had the Rec concert last year held by GTMN, which was about 3 acts for a couple hours at the end of the day on Saturday. And we had to move that out of the venue because it was pretty loud. It was quite loud. We had a few noise complaints. So the plan ended up being having to move them to the Rocky Mountain Pizza, but that fell through for some unrelated reason. So what we ended up having to do is that we were like, okay, so what do we do now? We ended up getting reached out to by Bubble Star Live. Yeah. And they wanted to have a performance in the main stage as well. They were upstairs previously. And we figured like towards the end of the day anyways, if they're doing a dance performance, it's not going to be live music, so the music isn't going to be as loud. We had a dance performance, and there was a huge turnout. People really liked it. It was a great event. Awesome. We had a couple some minor hiccups here and there in terms of production because we're not really used to running that sort of stuff.
But the people brought their light sticks and they were like really involved. It was super fun.
It was a good time.
But as far as I think Flavio, you mentioned vendor turnout earlier. I want to. Because vendors were amazing this year. Like they were. We
got super high quality vendors and so many of them.
Kino Cunha showed up.
Kino Cunha, Level Up Games.
Yeah, Level Up Games. That was awesome.
We had it was amazing this year.
But of course, I mean, everybody loves the big names. But like even just like the smaller artists that we got to come out, like we got a lot of like really.
Every time I see Kitty Gorian, I'm so happy.
I love Kitty Gorian. If you're watching this, heart, please, we love you so much, Kitty Gorian.
I'm kidding. We love you guys.
Okay. All right. Okay. You know what? You're leaving, so you say whatever you want right now. Me and Flavio, we're still in this to the end, man. Kitty Gorian.
We do. I mean,
Kitty Gorian even helped us internally.
No, they did.
Yeah, they're great. As in just seeing repeat artists, I think for me is one of the funnest parts. Mm-hmm. We had what's his name? John show up again.
John like Noodle Boy was taking.
Yeah, Noodle Boy.
Yeah,
Noodle Boy.
We had a lot. It's also fun
more
to see.
Than those. We had a couple.
A few, yeah. I mean, we sent out what's it called we did this year. I don't know if we're gonna do it again because of just unrelated reasons, but we had an early round of screening for returning artists. Back when we only had about 30 applications, and we were like, oh, there's about 30 applications now. We can look at some of the ones early. Oh, about these 10 are from last year. We don't have to screen them. And we know they're good quality, and we should probably be able to fit them.
No, definitely.
Screen the first 10. And then about 3 weeks later, we got posted by MomoCon, and we had 140 plus applications for vendors.
It was actually, I was about to mention this, I tabled at MomoCon last year, and I saw a few of the vendors, not a lot, but Kitty Gordon was there too as well. It is really fun to notice, like not like recognize, but like you just see their and you
Yeah.
remember their faces from like, oh wait, I saw them. They had a booth at MomoCon.
Yeah.
And like now they're here. Like it was.
When I went to AWA after RECON 2023, I went to AWA, and I was like,
Anime Week in Atlanta.
yeah.
If you don't know.
I was in cosplay, and I went up to their thing, and I was like, oh hey guys, and they're like, oh my god, hi. It's like, it was really cool.
No, it's cool. It's
I
cool
bought a
to see
sticker
that
from
we're,
them.
we're making a, we have some something to our name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's cool. But yeah, I mean, I hope RECCON won't die out next year. I mean, sorry to get all somber all of a sudden. But
Anyway.
I was thinking, one number I was thinking about is like, is it harder to get into Georgia Tech or be a vendor at RECCON in terms of acceptance percentage?
it's definitely what Georgia Tech's at, like what,
comparable.
26 now?
Is it?
26%,
I
25.
thought Georgia Tech was higher.
No.
Well, it also depends. Okay,
140
but okay, how about this?
140
140
apps. No,
we are more
multiple. We had about 50 tables, but there were not 50.
We took
vendors.
37.
37, right?
That's
okay,
still,
how
that's
about this?
still
How about
way
this?
higher
How
than
about
Georgia
this?
Tech.
Let's make a little.
right?
Let's make a little analogy here, right?
Yeah.
So we're more likely to take like GT student artists, right? Like that's just
Yeah.
we
Generally.
so
We
GT
accept legacy.
Yeah. So no, not legacy. In this case, it's in-state.
Yeah.
Which is we're literally just promoting our
coming
community
to
too.
in-state. Coming to in-state is going to Georgia Tech is like being a GT student artist and applying to be a vendor at RECCON.
Yeah.
Those
True.
two are exactly the same thing.
It's not guaranteed. It's not
Yep.
guaranteed.
Yeah. It's not guaranteed,
But it
true,
is.
it's not
It is
guaranteed.
higher
It
likelihood.
is higher likelihood. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, if you're interested at all at
Yeah.
being a vendor at RECCON, we may not have vendor signups out by the
Yeah.
time this comes out.
Oh, no.
Actually, this is the fear, right? This is actually I want to make this very clear. I want to make this very clear because I don't want it to seem like there's a really high bar to like acceptance
Yeah.
for RECCON
No.
vendors, because ultimately one thing we do prioritize when we're looking over like applications, etc., is providing an opportunity for people to start. I think that's where we can really like trace these success stories of people being like, hey, RECCON was the first time I ever vended.
And I
like,
sold out.
We had quite a
and I
few
sold
of
out.
those.
Yeah,
It was
they-
great.
Yeah.
They're like a GT student, and like they've never really dabbled in selling their art before. They don't really know there was a community for that at Georgia Tech, and they sign up and they're able to sell. And then we really like those sort of stories. So it's not just talking about like, oh, we only want the nicest looking art.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other considerations that go into it.
Yeah.
So I want to reiterate here. Even if you're not like a professional artist, we really want you to sign.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
we like I said, like
Yeah.
student artists, like people like that who like aren't professional. I mean, the big names are nice, but it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it really is
Techen
like the
and all.
Techen and all, but it really is like the starter outers, the novices.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like maybe we got a soft spot in our hearts, maybe. It's being RECCON.
I mentioned Techen because our previous design head was a
was
huge
obsessed.
fan.
Yeah, they flew down and they were
Flew
like,
in
yeah,
from California.
they were
How
like-
much is like that's like a I don't know. Like a,
What, like
I
maybe
do not know.
$7,000?
Well,
no, I'm sure I think they came for other reasons as well. But yeah, like the fact that they like flew
Yeah.
in on RECCON weekend is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. We like the huge names.
Yeah.
We're really happy to have everyone. It's
But
just
I mean,
it's such a soul crushing process having to cut.
yeah.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
and you were like mainly in charge of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such a soul crushing process being like, this is the number of tables we have, and we're always working on getting more tables, even up to the day of the event.
it's
That's
really
why like
just
some,
space limitation.
yeah, that's why some of the like announcements for artists being like, hey, you have a spot, come out so late,
Yeah,
is because we're continuously working with the event venues, being like,
Yeah.
hey, can we get more tables? Like if we move this here, can we get this moved in here? Like, we spoke to Gord Art Club. They don't need any space this year on like in terms of tables. They're
Yeah.
doing a standing mural, so they can be a standing space. Can we fit more tables in here? Can we fit more tables in there? And also making sure that we're not having a table like, what's it called? At the beginning of the day, we had a table right next to the door, but we realized there was really poor visibility. Maybe we don't do that next year because whoever would have been assigned that table wouldn't have gotten the good straw.
I mean,
the short
not
straw.
to say, like, there's nothing about it. Yeah, so like Smaran said, like, we're not, when we accept vendors, there's nothing, we're not like, it's not like a resume,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
like-
it's not a resume. Just like put a link or something.
Yeah.
I think the biggest issue we had pretty frequently actually is we just didn't have any way of knowing what they
Yeah.
were gonna sell.
I was thinking of
like
a joke,
no portfolio attached.
No portfolio, like no social media, no portfolio, no description
Yeah.
of merchandise. Nothing really there. I think that's like the number one reason why we would have. Well, maybe not the number one reason, but like
One of the.
yeah, one of the biggest reasons why if like someone got denied, that's why. It's purely because we didn't have enough
I want to make the
information.
joke when you were like, it's so soul crushing to like cut. I want to be like, this is how it feels to be an admissions officer. Like, you know,
Day 500 on the Harvard front
Yeah, yeah.
line. I need to give it to this kid who's dead.
This is how Smaran yelling got crossed off on the bingo.
It
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
get crossed
yeah,
off.
yeah.
It didn't get crossed off on the bingo because I was at Zen with myself.
He was at Zen with himself. He was on that
You were not
treadmill,
Zen.
hitting that 7,000 steps, man. It was crazy.
30,000
He was at
steps in, I
30,000
stopped
steps.
thinking.
Yeah, yeah.
My brain cleared.
His brain turned to mush.
All I can say
Like-
is that when the audio cut out, you were not Zen.
You know, like when all the you know, in your brain you've got like folds and stuff, right?
Yeah.
What if you like didn't have that? That was like Smaran, day of RedCon. Yeah.
It's like, have you ever thought like you have?
It expanded. It looked like a balloon.
No, I was thinking of like holding a slippery bar of soap. It just like
out my nose.
yeah.
Like a
That's
slippery bar of soap. Okay, we can move on from that.
Okay.
Yeah.
chicken breast.
Smaran would
ass
never
meat.
yell. He
Yeah.
did buy me a coffee the day of,
Yeah,
and
he did. Do
a
we want to
croissant.
wrap up relatively soon? Also, it's 7:20.
Yeah.
Sure.
Probably.
Okay, so how do you?
Do you
wanna-
have any questions for us?
Yeah, we can move on to Q&A or.
We didn't get sent any Q&A questions this time.
Okay,
Sad.
wait. Can you think of some in the next 5 seconds?
What was your favorite silly story you have from RECCON 2024?
I think I've got a pretty fun story. So, I am going to, I don't want to say, but I'm gonna own my friends here. A guy named Austin, D&D club officer. Austin, for some unknown reason in the world. Actually, it is for a known reason, but I don't want to clear that reason. He has a palette of Kirkland brand energy shots in his dorm room. Like these are like
Yeah.
I don't know what they
It's
are.
about 40.
Yeah, it's like 40 and he just has them in his room.
Awesome.
And one day I was like, Austin, what are you doing with these? He was like, dude, I wake up, I take one, gets me ready for the day. And I was
He's
like,
like,
what?
he's like,
Whoa.
yeah, they're healthier than coffee. They're healthier than
Yeah,
coffee.
so-
I'm like,
so
what?
context-
Yeah, and then I'm looking at like these Kirkland
They're
brand
200
energy
mg.
shots, and it's like vitamin B, 700% daily. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
whoa.
There is one that's 2,000% of
Yeah, I'm
your
like,
daily
what is
recommended
going on?
intake.
They're literally like 200 mgs of caffeine.
And I
And
was
200
really, I was
caffeine.
really like, I gave Austin so much crap for it. I was like, Austin, like this is terrible for you. Like you can't do that. And then RECCON comes around, like 2 hours in. I'm like, Austin, man, save me. I'm like, Austin, man, you got to dab me up. And he was like, I got you prepared. And he
You
pulls
went
out
to
like
your dealer? Oh my
He
god.
bought like 6 of
yeah,
them.
he pulls out like 6 of them for his backpack, and he just put them in the staff room. And he's like, all right, these are for anyone that needs them.
Yeah, and like no, I got asked about that. They're like, why are there like just four
They're just
bottles of
us.
4
They're just there.
It's also what's it called? Me and Whitney made a trip to Dunkin' at the beginning of the
Yeah,
day.
they brought in Duncan for us. It
yeah.
was awesome.
Someone ate my
The
donut.
first 4 people were me,
Yeah.
Whitney, Alex, and who was the last person? Who was the last? She
It was Lily, I think, right?
Lily. Lily. Yeah, the 4 of us.
Design.
Yeah. So we had a Dunkin' run at like 5:30,
Yeah.
and we got there at like 6:30 or whatever.
Me and Trey were busy hauling a vacuum in that period of time, but yeah, continue.
But yeah, at the Dunkin', like I got a box of Joe. I'm like, hey, we got coffee for everyone. Everyone would love this. It's coffee. And I put it in the break room, and then it gets to the end of the day, and literally
the coffee is untouched.
no one has
It's
touched the coffee.
untouched.
I already
And
had a
then
coffee.
Dylan goes up. He's like, "What's this?" And I'm like, "It's coffee." But nobody.
You know what's so
had
funny?
it.
That Dunkin' stuff was such a headache at the end of the day. Because what happened was like at the end of the day in the staff room, we had like a full like midnight black like iced coffee, and nobody
No,
claimed
it wasn't. Oh, it wasn't even. Oh, the iced coffee.
Yeah, the iced coffee.
Yeah.
Nobody claimed it, and it was just there.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the full box.
Yeah, we
of
had like
Joe.
the box of Joe, the Dunkin'.
The box of Joe
Yeah.
that's like black coffee.
But I have to say that I did personally dabble in a few of Austin's Kirkland brand energy shots. They tasted like battery acid.
It's
but
terrible.
I felt electric afterwards, man. I was
the
start punching somebody.
The Dunkin' box of Joe, like when Dylan took a sip, he's like, I don't think this is coffee anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste like-
It has morphed. It is metamorphed
It's something
into
different
something
now.
different.
It was
what
literally
about
just-
y'all? What do y'all have for silly stories?
What else is there? It's something.
Yeah, I mean,
My silly story was kind of like the scissor thing with Alex. I thought that was
the scissors thing is pretty funny. I mean, RecCon is always a place to make stories. I have to be honest. I mean, I'm certain we'll think of some as time goes on, and we'll share them as much as we can.
I'm trying to think of
no, all good. I
things
mean,
that happened on
RecCon it really does so we have like.
About 1 hour to 2 hours after the con ended, we looked outside and there was fog coming. It was like the fog of war. You know when you're
we looked outside and there was fog.
No, as
coming.
in like you know when you're in a video game and you have that fog barrier
was
that you
hilarious.
can't pass,
So
and it's rapidly approaching.
So after RecCon, like we have like a little, we have a little get together, we have a little debrief, you might call it. And so like we were just like sitting outside, right? We're chilling, and then like we're like, oh guys, RecCon was so much fun this year. We get up, we look outside, we're just like surrounded by fog. Like you can't see outside of like a 3-foot radius. Guys, what?
We like the skyline from the top of the Paloma roof, which is where we took the picture on our Instagram.
Where it was the top of Paloma West Midtown
with the banner,
which is where a few of us live.
But the problem is when there's that much fog, you can't see anything.
Yeah, we didn't take a. I don't think we took a.
Yeah, we didn't take a picture. It was gray.
It was just like gray. It was just gray.
Have you played Persona 4?
Like an hour
exactly
later,
like that.
An hour later, the fog had reached the building, and like you could look like maybe 5 feet in one direction. It was just a wall of gray, and you were like, all right, well, I mean,
the fog is coming.
Yeah, the fog is coming, which is great way to think about RecCon 2025.
The fog is
the fog is coming. The fog is on its way.
RecCon 2025 is inevitable.
You soon will all be blinded
to RecCon.
All right, I'm probably gonna do closing now. I mean, I don't know.
Sure. You would just talk and then stop.
I know
That's crazy.
You went from 100
Dude, you're
to
clocking
0.
in. You're 95.
That's wild.
Flavio Arani, Smaran Mishra, where can we find you two?
You can't find me.
I'm on the RecCon Discord. He's on the RecCon Discord. He's also
You
on the
can
RecCon
find
Discord.
him at recon.org. That's where he has all of his personal socials. Funny story, for a while, his personal number was on the RecCon website.
Yeah.
It was like, call us here.
I got a phone call from Norway.
Yeah, you've mentioned this before. We can intersperse a clip if we have it, but you've mentioned the Norway phone call. And it was like an attorney's office or something.
No, I didn't even know. I called back and they didn't respond. So.
He got a call from the Embassy of Norway.
True.
All right, Flavio, where can we find you? RecCon server?
Yeah, RecCon server or on my Instagram.
Okay.
It's over there.
Find us at MomoCon.
Put in your Instagram up?
Whatever.
Yeah. You can't find me anywhere. You can find GTD&D Club at gt.dnd at Instagram.
True.
And join our Discord server.
We same with Anime Club and also D&D Club.
And also RecCon. If you're interested in joining RecCon, or if you have any feedback at all, we currently do have our feedback form up. You can find that on our website, or you can find that, I think, through email or on a Discord server as well.
It's all on the Discord.
It's
Reach
on
out to
Discord
these two
too.
guys.
Yeah.
Don't ask me about anything ever again.
We hope.
You're allowed to ask me. Other people aren't allowed to
Okay.
ask me.
If y'all weren't able to make it to RecCon 2023, we hope y'all enjoyed RecCon 2024. If you weren't able to make it to RecCon 2024, we hope you enjoy RecCon 2025. If you came to any of them, we'll see you again.
Hopefully.
That's how it goes.
See you next time.
See you next time. Thank you for watching the RecCast.
All right.
Riveting.